Hey y'all, it's your girl Armani and you guys are watching Intellect the Lifestyle. So y'all, today I got my notebook with me today. I'm very super excited about this episode today because I feel like a lot of people need to hear this, and I honestly felt in my spirit that a lot of people been struggling trying to figure out what should they do in the midst of storms and what should they do in the midst of feeling like they are in confinement over in bars. So today I'm gonna be giving y'all a little bit about Joseph's story. Joseph really went through a lot of storms, and Joseph really went through a lot of things in his life due to other people being afraid of what the Lord had placed inside of him. Even though Joseph was betrayed by his brothers and was sold to Potiphar due to his brothers selling him, it's like the Lord literally was still with him. The Lord actually ended up elevating him in every single confinement that he was in. Joseph literally went through every single trial that you can think of, even to the point where Potiphar's wife ended up trying to sleep with Joseph. He ended up getting thrown over into prison. Of course, his brothers ended up betraying him and throwing him over into slavery. But you know what, y'all know what I really started to see over into Joseph's story? I started to see that even though he was getting thrown over into these different situations that were not from God, at the end of the day, the Lord was over in those situations. Every time literally he got thrown over into another trial, the Lord was literally still with him. The Lord literally elevated him over in the midst of the prison, over in the midst of the confinement, over in the midst of the different trials that the enemy was throwing his way. The Lord still was literally with him. And a lot of time, you guys, we have to sit down and we have to look at the bigger picture. A lot of times the Lord will make it where you're confined. The Lord will make it where it's only you and yourself, so he can be able to get the glory out of those bars, out of you feeling like you're entangled. Every time the bars literally tried to confine him, the Lord literally gave him a promotion. Now let me rewind that back. Let me say that again. Every single time a bar or literally a situation of the enemy tried to come and attack him, the Lord still promoted him over in the midst of that confinement. Now, let me ask somebody this right now. What if the prison that you're in is literally your blessing? What if the prison that you're in is literally your promotion? What if the prison that you're in is literally your elevation? A lot of y'all are sitting here praying that the Lord will remove you out of the confinement, that the Lord will remove you out of the prison. But what if the blessing is right where you're already at? Don't focus on where you're at, but focus on where you're going. Ask the Lord to give you new vision over in the midst of that prison. Ask the Lord to give you new vision over in the midst of that confinement. Y'all know what ended up happening to Joseph? Joseph was thrown over into prison. But as soon as he got over in there, the people saw that the Lord was over in Joseph. The people saw that the Lord was literally using Joseph. So guess what they ended up doing? They ended up elevating him and making him over the prison that he was over in. My God. My God. They ended up making him the lead over the prison that he was in. The same exact way when his brothers threw him over into slavery, thinking that he was going to be a slave, the Lord ended up making it where he was literally Potiphar's assistant. Y'all see where I'm going with this? The Lord is literally elevating him still while over in the prison, still while over into the confinement. Can I get some snaps in the comment section? You know, you guys, I wrote this quote right here down that I actually quoted. I didn't steal it from nobody. I said, a lot of times the hell that you go through is not to bring you down, but to elevate you and bring you up. A lot of times the hell that we go through is literally to elevate us. Sometimes you have to go through fire. Sometimes you have to be in a prison gate to be able to be used by the Lord, to be able to let the Lord get over in your head and be able to change your vision to what he sees for you and not so much for what you see for you. And another thing that I wrote down, I said, sometimes the prison is the blessing because the blessing is in the prison. And I also said, you guys, I said, we have free will to choose if we stay chained in the prison or will we let the Lord use us over in the prison. Guys, y'all, let the Lord use you over and where you at. Let the Lord use you while you still chained up over into certain things. And you know why I say that? Because even though you're chained up, even though you may feel like where you're at, it feels like you're literally chained and you feel like you're just entangled in things, the Lord will still use you while entangled. The Lord will still use you over in those prison bars. It is just your choice to be set free and to be able to choose to be able to choose the journey that the Lord has for you over in that confinement, over in that prison. You know, a lot of us are still trying to look for the key. A lot of us are still trying to look around and, pray to God and ask God, like, hey, God, like, where's the blessing in this? Where is, where's the keys for me to be able to be set free out of what I'm going through with right now? But you know what, y'all? I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. The key for that escape is literally in that prison cell where you're at. I'm going to repeat that again. The key for your escape is literally in that prison cell. And you guys, I'm not talking about an actual key that you can unlock yourself and all your problems will go away. No, I'm talking about that key that I'm saying, that I'm literally sitting here talking about, is literally God, Jesus. He's the only one that can set you free out of those bars. Because even though you might have a key that can unlock you out of those situations, that key may not be everlasting. That key may be something that is temporary that the enemy is trying to give you. And you know what? You're going to end up still being back over in that prison because the key that you took was not from God, but it was from the enemy. The Lord is literally trying to elevate you while you're still over in the prison so he can get the glory. So you can see that the Lord is your strength and that the Lord is literally the only one that can be able to set you free out of those things. You know, y'all, a lot of the hellfire, a lot of the confinement and prison bars that I was over in, I thought it was for my bad. I thought it was for my downfall, but it was really the Lord showing me that I can make it. He is the only one that can set me free. It was literally my elevation. It was literally my blessing that I had been praying for the whole time. But I kept on looking like I kept on feeling like I couldn't get the blessing while still over in the prison bars, while still being surrounded around something that I'm not trying to be surrounded by. And that's why I say, y'all, we have to change our vision and we have to change our thoughts to be more like God. So when we feel like we're over in a prison cell or, we're over inside of situations or places that we're not trying to be at, we can have our mind on where we're going instead of where we are at. And I really just wanted to motivate somebody today that even though you're not where you're at yet, even though you're not where you want to be at, the Lord can still use you where you're at. The Lord literally set me free, so I know he can set you free as well. So I'm going to be leaving the whole chapter and scriptures down below in the description section. So make sure you guys look down below and, get all the rest of the information that I have for today's video. I really hope that this video really did help someone because I most definitely did feel in the spirit that a lot of us, we feel trapped and we feel confined and we feel like where we're at is holding us back from where we should be. You can still be used over in the prison because your blessing is over in the prison. I love you guys, and make sure you guys stay tuned and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're just not watching your girl and you're not subscribing. Come on now. You got to subscribe, shawty. You got to subscribe, twin. See, y'all done made my Atlanta come out. Okay. Pause. But no, for real, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe. It's a lot more coming, and I hope that this message really did help someone today. Peace.